Hey everybody, today we're going to do 2 days, day 117 and 118 on the CDT. Yesterday was Monday the 22nd of August, and I was only 3 miles away from the Highway 29 where the Trail Angel in Leadore, Idaho picks up and drops off hikers to and from the trail. And so I finished those 3 miles early yesterday and got into town yesterday morning. Again, the town's Leadore, Idaho. And I was originally planning on just taking a Nero day. So hiking in 3 miles yesterday, grabbing some foods, sleeping in town, and then getting back on trail this morning. But I started looking at it, and I think it had been like 2.5 to 3 weeks since I had my last zero day or rest day. So I decided to go ahead and take a rest day. I think I needed it. My like the 2 days ago, so the last day I was hiking on the trail. So not the 3 miles on Monday, but on Sunday. That night, Sunday night, I was having digestive issues. So I think like that's one of the big concerns for hikers, because the digestive system is a really early sign. Like if you ate something bad, if you drank something, like if you drink water that, let's say had Giardia or some other virus or whatever in it, bacteria, whatever it may be, like your digestive system is like a really early sign of like, hey, something's up. And so my digestive system was going haywire when I was trying to sleep. So when I got in town yesterday, I was like, okay, let's just get some town calories, let's rest, and get back on trail. So 3 miles is it, because I tinkered with the idea of hiking the 3 miles, getting into town, eating a good meal, getting my resupply, and going out the same day. But I kind of backed off on that. So this morning I woke up and like yesterday afternoon, I started tinkering with the idea of like having a zero, because it'd been a while. And I woke up this morning and I had a good night's sleep, but I could still feel that my body was just, excuse me, worn down. So if you see like a little bit of sleepiness, it's because I actually just woke up from a nap. So obviously my body's like, hey, we need a rest day. So I'm in Leadore, Idaho, yesterday and today. I plan on hiking out tomorrow. I got most of my stuff done yesterday, like the resupply and all that fun stuff. Like I ordered a couple things from REI and blah blah blah, like laundry, shower, blah blah. So today's just been kind of a low-key day. The next steps, and that's essentially all I'm going to discuss today, is just going forward. So the next steps, it's about 122 miles to the next resupply. So that's about 5-ish days of hiking. If I hike out tomorrow, that'd be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And getting into town on Sunday doesn't make a whole lot of sense, just because the post office isn't open for boxes. And in these smaller towns, you run the risk of restaurants being closed. So, for example, I got into Leadore yesterday on Monday, and I noticed Sunday night the convenience store, which also has a restaurant inside, and then the 2 restaurants in town were closed. And then Monday, yesterday, one of the restaurants opened really late, and the second restaurant was closed all day. So the only place to eat was basically a convenience store at that restaurant, which has like subs and burgers and pizza. So it's okay. But these smaller towns, you run that risk of having places closed. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll hike most of my miles Wednesday through Sunday, and then I'll do the same thing that I did here, where I camp 3 miles away from the next access point into town, and then I'll just do a Nero day, get into town, do my resupply, spend the night, and then get back on trail the next day. After the next resupply, which I'm going to Wisdom, Montana. A lot of people go to Salmon, Idaho. It's a bigger town than Wisdom. It's a lot of hikers go there, so I hear that they have a little bit more hiker services, but it is in Idaho. And as I mentioned in the last video, hitchhiking, or maybe it's 2 videos ago. Oh, it was the last video, but the last video was really windy. So hitchhiking is illegal in Idaho. So I'm trying to avoid that nonsense. So I'm just going to go ahead and go to Wisdom, Montana. Yeah. So that'll be the next stop. And then after Wisdom, I'm staying on the CDT proper, and I'm not taking the Anaconda cutoff. So the next section after Wisdom is 159 miles. So that'll be my second longest section. The longest was from Steamboat to Rollins. So Steamboat, Colorado to Rollins, Wyoming. If I remember correctly, that was 165 miles. And it took me 6 days. So, yeah, so I think the same thing's going to happen. If I get in Wisdom on Monday, spend the night in Wisdom on Monday, get back on trail on Tuesday, then I'll hike Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then I'll go into town. So I'll camp like 3 miles away again, and I'll go into town on Monday, which will be Labor Day. So the post office will be closed, but I'll take a 0. So I'll probably be in Butte, Montana on Monday and Tuesday, which will be Labor Day, and the Tuesday after Labor Day, so I can pick up my resupply. Sorry, I'm being a little lazy with the camera, so I just reset it there. And then after Butte, like after Wisdom, we make the turn towards Glacier National Park. So we get out of Idaho, like that border section, and we just start hiking up towards Glacier. So I'll stop in Butte, I'll stop in Helena, and then I think there's a ranch that takes hiker boxes, and then I think I'm East Glacier. So like once I hit Butte, it's basically 1, 2 resupplies, and then the next stop will be East Glacier, which is going right into the park afterwards. Yeah. So I was contemplating trying to rush it a bit. And so I mentioned, like, I was thinking about coming into town on Monday, doing my resupply, getting back on trail Monday, hiking, 12 or so miles, and then trying to get into Wisdom by Friday night or early Saturday to hit the post office. And then I was going to try to get in to Butte by Friday, to hit the post office on Saturday. So I was trying to get things like squished 2 more days. But I listened to my body, which I had not been doing in Colorado and early Wyoming. And my body said I needed a rest. And second, I don't think there's really a reason for me to press miles just to get 2 extra days. Like right now, I'm about 3 days ahead of schedule. Being 5 days ahead of schedule gets me closer to the middle of September in Glacier. But it's looking less likely that I'll get to do like go out to Waterton in Glacier, like that Waterton crossing, because that border crossing is not open. And hiking out to Waterton, from what I can tell from the maps, it would basically be an out and back, which would be about 8 to 9 days of hiking. I was trying to see if there was like, you go 4.5 days in, touch the terminus, and then like maybe there was a shoot somewhere else you could do like 2 days and get to another place within the park where I could get a ride or a shuttle. I'm gonna still talk to the park people, but I can't see that alternate. So if what that means basically is if I can't go to Waterton, then the other terminus is, I think it's called Chief Mountain or something like that. And that terminus goes to a popular trailhead where you can usually get a shuttle or ride pretty easily from that trailhead. And it's not 8 or 9 days. I think it's still like 4.5 days to hike to the terminus, and then it's like a couple of hours to hike to the trailhead or something. I mean, even if it's a half day to hike to that trailhead or a day, I mean, that's still, you're only carrying 5.5 days of food, not 8 to 9. 8 to 9 is not possible. I can't fit that much food in my bear canister. I can't carry 2 bear canisters. It's really not feasible. So I need to look at the map in Glacier a little bit closer to see if there is a way to get to Waterton, and I can talk to the wilderness office, but I'll wait to do that until after I get to Butte and getting closer to the park. So that's essentially the next steps. Hiking along the border to get to Wisdom, and then we're off the border and we're hiking towards Butte. I don't say I, because I think a lot of people are taking the Anaconda off. So I will be hiking to Wisdom. I'll then make the turn into Montana. I'll hike to Butte. I'll hike to Helena. I'll hike to that ranch. I'll hike to East Glacier, and then I'm in the park. And it's just a few days in the park, and then I'm finished. I think that's about it. So if y'all have any questions for me as I get near the end, let me know. I haven't looked at my mileage recently, like my total mileage, but I believe with the next 122 miles, I'll be pretty close to 2,200 miles total. Once then I'll make that turn towards Butte. So I think some people started their countdown, like, 600 miles left, 700 miles, 800 miles left, whatever. I don't think I'll be comfortable doing that until after I get past Butte. So like once I get past Butte, I think I'll be getting pretty close to like 8,400 miles or 2,400 miles. And so maybe that's when I'll do the countdown of like, okay, now it's just these 3 sections and then I'm in the park. Yep. Okay. So I think that's about it. Like I said, if you have any questions about the hike or anything, let me know. I was able to get videos posted. Here in Leadore, there's an inn that was called the Leadore Inn, and it was actually run by a gentleman. His first name was Sam, and he had been a trail angel for quite a number of years. And unfortunately, he passed away last year. So the Leadore Inn was put up for sale. I guess Sam was an artist. He did wood carvings, like really good wood carvings. And there used to be a train, like a train car in the yard here, and that was his workshop. Once he passed and the place went up for sale, a gentleman and his family bought the property, and they closed on it like early July. And so they've only had it for like 6 weeks. They have done an amazing job getting this place put together pretty quickly. Like they've renovated some of the rooms already. And there's not a lot of rooms. There's like 4 rooms. Like there's a bunk section. I think they're trying to like remodel like a barn that's on the property, or an old garage that's on the property, to like a laundry room and a shower area. So they're definitely doing a lot of work. But they got really lucky where timing wise, they started the renovations. They haven't finished them, but they started the renovations, and then suddenly the southbound hikers on the CDT showed up to give them business, which basically put cash back into the business for them. And then the northbound hikers came in and started putting cash in the business, because of course, we're looking for a place to stay. and so they've got a pretty quick start. I think they're renaming it to the Mustang Inn, and part of the renovation was to get a high-speed internet. So good stuff, because y'all got to have the videos. Man, I keep getting lazy with this. Y'all got to have the videos uploaded. So you'll be able to get caught up, and by the time you see this video, I will be pretty close to wisdom, I believe. So yeah, sorry, I was just doing some thinking on that. So like I said, if you have any questions, now that you got caught up, let me know, because I know the last town, like I wasn't able to post anything. I think that's it for this video. Yep. Okay. I'm going to sign off instead of just doing dead air. Everyone have a nice evening. I hope everyone's staying happy and healthy. Thank you very much for watching the videos, especially if you've come this far in the journey with me. My hope is, to finish it pretty strong in the next, I guess, 3 to 4 weeks. Man, I can't believe it's only 3 or 4 weeks. So yeah. All right. Again, thanks for watching the videos, and have a wonderful evening. I'll talk to you folks later.